What's up guys, welcome back to Monster GS, Blade Master here, going to be bringing you yet another Total War Room to online battle. This is yet another fought in round 1 of the Blade Balance Tournament, round 1 game 1 between Horatius of the TGR clan and gareminati. Horatius has taken Pontus and gareminati has taken RDI, so we're going to see two pretty interesting factions duke it out. I would give the upper hand to, I would say, RDI, considering Pontus, if Pontus doesn't bring pikes. If Pontus did bring pikes, I would probably bring it back to Pontus as having the upper hand in this faction matchup. Horatius, I believe, is a good player, even though we haven't seen much, or I haven't seen much in tournaments, of him playing in tournaments. I remember Horatius because I don't even think he remembers this, but I played him in one match a long time ago in Rome 2 Quick Battle, didn't know who he was. And I was playing so incredibly try-hard that it's just crazy. I picked a Parthia skirmish build, and I was like, it wasn't even a quick battle, it was a regular online battle. And I took a Parthia skirmish build, and then I assumed that he was a noob. And I proceeded to try and play as strongly as possible. Don't judge me, but yeah, the game took like 45 minutes, and he was playing so patiently and just countered my moves very effectively that and he won at the end of the day. But I gained a lot of respect for him, but I didn't see him after that in any tournaments. I don't know what was up. Anyways, he's back, and looking forward to seeing how he's playing here. He has taken Pontus, like I mentioned. Let's see what he's taken in his army. He's brought Bronze Shield Pikeman General, 3 Bronze Shield, 4 Bronze Shield. Very strong pike lineup here. And he's brought some Mercenary Naked Swords as well. Very deadly combination here. We can see 4 Naked Swords, 4 Bronze Shield Pikemen. And he's brought Levy Pikemen on the flanks. Interestingly enough, 2 Levy Pikes. He's brought Cappadocian? Yeah, Cappadocian. The good Pontic players always pick Cappadocian over Noble Blood Cap because it's quite a big increase over the Noble Blood Cap. Yeah, he's brought 4 Cappadocians. He's brought a couple of mercenary Celtic warriors, total of 2 of them, and then he's brought 3 Eastern Archers, 4 Eastern Archers, surprisingly enough, no Eastern Slingers, which is an interesting choice. For gareminati, we can see some mercenary Tarentine Cav. That's a good choice as well. Only 1 mercenary Tarentine Cav. We can see a couple of Slave Slingers with a single experience chevron. They're going to do decent enough damage against the Bronze Shield Pikemen, but the Bronze Shield Pikemen have got very decent armor. Shitty missile block chance, but the armor should help protect them. He's brought a total of, I would imagine, has to be 4 Illyrian Noble Hoplites. Yeah, we can see 1, 2 over here, 1 over here, and 1 over here. And we can see 1, 2, 3 Illyrian Hoplites, and a couple of Mercenary Axe Warriors. Illyrian Thoria Spear here, and Illyrian Thoria Spear there for a total of 2, and a total of 2 more Mercenary Axe Warriors for 4, and 1 Mercenary Tarentine Cav like I covered earlier, and 4 Illyrian Cavalry. Pretty decent lineup here. I don't know how many units that makes, melee units that makes. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12, 13. Yeah? Okay, so that means both of them are, following the rules. All good there. One of the Slave Slingers, surprisingly enough, dying to the enemy Eastern Archers. The reason I say it's surprising is because the Slave Slingers have incredible missile block chance. They have like 50 to 55% missile block chance, making them quite possibly one of the deadliest anti-skirmishers, counter-skirmishers, as I'd like to call them from now on. But they're just getting hammered by the Eastern Archers, presumably because of 4 Eastern Archers, or 3 Eastern Archers focused firing on them. And this Eastern Archer over here, smartly enough, taking shots at the enemy Mercenary Axe Warriors, who are probably the lightest armored unit. Should probably take some shots at the Illyrian Thoria Spears. They're probably more dangerous, because those javelins can destroy the Cappadocian Cav, but 1 charge from the Cappadocians will probably kill them off because they're light. But yeah, with cavalry counter tactics, they'd be pretty scary. Can be incredibly cost effective in a hurry if they're used in the right way. Mercenary Axe Warriors starting to take some damage here. A little bit of skirmishing action going on. What's his face? Forgot his name already. Horatius. He has the skirmish advantage, especially now because he had the numerical superiority, but now he has even the geographical superiority, taking advantage of the forest there. And his Eastern Archers really haven't lost many men at all, and they haven't lost any men because the Bronze Shield Pikeman General took 25 casualties. protecting them, presumably. The Cappadocian Cav charges into the Illyrian Thoria spear, and they immediately lose around 20 men. But he pops cavalry counterattacks and he kills 9 extremely dangerous Cappadocian Cav. Totally 15 Cappadocian Cav dead in that charge. The Mercenary Celtic warriors here coming in there. That's a good idea, killing off the Illyrian Thoria spear here. The Illyrian Hoplite is going to help support. And they're going to get a nice charge in against the Mercenary Celtic warriors. The Levy pikemen are going to be used into just charge, and then he's going to pop pike phalanx right before they charge in. They aren't pushing yet. They need a little bit more goading before they actually push ahead. But either ways, the Illyrian Hoplites, they're going to be faced up against a very powerful Levy pikeman from the front. 3 kills already. The Bronze Shield pikeman, oh, he pops pike phalanx at the last second. So that's going to be a very bad decision for the Mercenary Axe Warriors if they charge in. But they pull out and then they take fire from the Mercenary Eastern Archers firing into their rear. Illyrian Noble Hoplites General also taking some damage there. But he's trying to surround here. Gareminati is doing the right thing. One Bronze Shield pikeman can't defend this entire location by itself. So he's going to take advantage and try and pull around and get at the weak center. But then the Mercenary Naked Warriors are there and they will do a lot of damage, even though that they're not 380 talents anymore for Pontic. They're 480, but still on the charge they're going to devastate this Mercenary Axe Warrior. They are definitely going to do a whole lot of damage. Oh man. Mercenary Axe Warriors actually not lost many men, strangely enough. On the charge, I thought these guys would do very well. I mean, look at that charge bonus. 32 charge bonus is insane. Meanwhile, Mercenary Axe Warrior is taking rear shots from Eastern Archers. Very well played here by Horatius. And the Mercenary Naked Swords, 15 kills on the Mercenary Axe Warriors. Here, this Naked Swords got a clean charge onto the enemy Axe Warriors into the rear. They're losing decisively. They're shaken. And here, the Illyrian cavalry is fighting up against 2 Cappadocians. Cappadocia is going to win that battle. And the Levy pikemen doing all sorts of weird shit, trying to kill off the Illyrian Thoria spears. Look at this weird formation. And the Illyrian Hoplites here, some of them are getting poked, most of them are just chilling. Bronze Shield pikeman General is ready to attack. He's not attacking yet, not pushing yet. And the Illyrian, these are Bronze Shield pikemen also who are reforming, but that's the problem of issuing an attack order onto already engaged units. It's going to make them derp out a little bit. And here that means this Illyrian Noble Hoplite is going to get kind of a decent charge, but still they're going to get poked to death. And Mercenary Axe Warriors here dying to Mercenary Naked Swords. Naked Swords doing very, very cost effectively in that engagement. Here, whoa, the Illyrian cavalry about to charge into pikes. No, they stop literally at the last second. They should instead rear charge this Mercenary Naked Swords and get the fuck out of there. Very chaotic engagement here. Cappadocian Cav fighting up against 2 Illyrian cavalry dying, and then the Levy pikemen coming to support. The Bronze Shield pikeman General, he tried to wrap around with his Illyrian Hoplites, and it's not really working out. And the Illyrian Noble Hoplite General down to 100 men, and they don't really have any place to go except behind. And then the Mercenary Naked Swords with their quick speed will always be able to catch them and maybe even kill them by attacking them in the rear. 138 men left on this Mercenary Naked Swords. They're fighting up against an Illyrian Noble Hoplite. They're not going to do very well there. They also got rear charged by an Illyrian cavalry who also got into the Eastern Archers. And look at this mosh pit of naked men. That doesn't sound like a very fun mosh pit. The Bronze Shield pikemen pushing through us as much as possible, but they're taking a lot of casualties in the process. They are getting some kills. They're probably going to get more and more kills as time wears on. And they're fighting up against the Illyrian Noble Hoplites and killing off the Mercenary Axe Warriors. For the most part, it looks like Gareminati has no answer to a pikeline here, to this pikeline brought by Horatius. That's why this map favors pike armies a lot, because impassable terrain exists, and even though the impassable terrain wasn't really used here, still Horatius did very well. Levy pike here. This is not an example of them doing well. Horatius not using pike phalanx, instead engaging with their tiny little daggers. They're not going to do very well there. And Bronze Shield pikeman General hasn't been used too effectively, hasn't been needed to use too effectively until now, maybe until once the General comes into play, once the enemy Illyrian Noble Hoplite General comes into play. Mercenary Axe Warriors weren't able to really do much in this game. Mercenary Naked Swords now popped into Frenzy, still not going to do much against the Illyrian Noble Hoplites. The General is taking a lot of Bronze Shield Pikeman General, taking a lot of friendly fire there. Illyrian Thuria Spears, 39 kills already on the Bronze Shield Pikemen. That's why they're so dangerous. There's so many units with such poor missile block chance for them to destroy that they should have been the primary target for Horatius, in my opinion. After the Slave Slingers. Slave Slingers are always deadly. You don't want those little fuckers to remain. If you guys saw the Bobby versus Warner match, it was the Slave Slingers that basically won Bobby. That helped Bobby immensely in winning the match. Bronze Shield Pikemen here drop their pike phalanx, and then the Illyrian cavalry get caught on the front foot and they're basically dead. Bronze Shield Pikemen getting that experience chevron in a hurry. Mercenary Naked Swords, 103 kills, going to kill off this Illyrian Thuria Spear. That is just their bread and butter. They're going to love fighting up against shitty opponents like this. Shitty in melee. The Bronze Shield Pikeman General, only 31 kills so far. They're used in a very spaghetti-ish formation, which limits their frontal combat capabilities. The Eastern Archers, whom are they firing into? Into an Illyrian Hoplite, not the best unit for them to fire into, although there's nothing really that they can fire into. Maybe this Illyrian Cavalry, but it's basically dead. Illyrian Noble Hoplite's General recently died. Even though there are 71 men left in this General's unit, the General's recently died. That's a stroke of bad luck. The Mercenary Axe Warrior is now steady. They're killing off the Eastern Archers. Bit of miss micro here. Cappadocian Cav not doing anything. And this Mercenary Naked Sword somehow has still remained, but it's at very low morale. It's at very low men now. They're going to reform. These guys are going to reform into their pike phalanx and then lose some men there for no reason. 258 kills though. The Illyrian Noble Hoplite has done very well. He's using his general in a much more blockish formation, but they've got an attack order issued on this Illyrian Hoplite, I think, and that's why they're showing their flank to this Illyrian Noble Hoplite General. The Cappadocian Cav here coming in to save the day, gotten a double experience chevron. Only 7 men remain, but they still managed to get a great rear charge onto the General, making him waver. Mercenary Axe Warriors here still getting into the flank / rear of that General, and the Bronze Shield Pikeman General of Pontic is not doing very well. He's caught between a rock and a hard place, or a spear and an axe. And the Illyrian Thuria Spears here dying very, very quickly to the Bronze Shield Pikemen. That's why these guys are so good. They've got very good melee attack, and you don't want a pike unit to have high melee attack. They will kill off units in a hurry. And the Naked Swords, another high melee attack, well, relatively high melee attack because of the bonus for his infantry unit coming in to attack them in the rear. And still 6 minutes remain because all of the tanky units for gareminati still existed. He could pull something back. He's using Rally, the General, Bronze Shield Pikeman General, down to 84 men. And he's pushing. And you know when he's pushing, the Bronze Shield Pikeman is going to lose a lot of men while they try and reform. Look at this crisscross of pikes going on. The Mercenary Axe Warriors have done pretty decently, 111 kills. The Cappadocian Cav, quite a bit of miss micro from Horatius here. Starting to feel a bit overconfident, I would suspect. Or maybe he's finding the reforming of pikes a bit too troublesome. And yeah, you can see he's issuing attack orders onto the rear of the Illyrian Noble Hoplite, and they are moving around. That's not good because they're already engaged with this Illyrian Hoplite here. So where are they going? Where is this pike conga line going? Stay tuned to find out. So the Levy pikemen here. Oh, they're reforming to attack this Illyrian Noble Hoplite unit properly. But now he's issuing another attack order. Oh, they've routed. They've routed at 92 men. And that's because the General is dead. Is the General dead? Yeah, General dead. Yep, that's going to make those Levy pikes rout. But still, the Bronze Shield Pikemen are going to be so crucial here because they have good morale, they have encourage, they have discipline. They've got all those morale traits that you need in mid-tier / sub-elite tier pike unit that makes them so deadly. Mercenary Naked Swords, 158 kills. This is that combination of good pikes and good, cheap, mid-tier, low-tier barbarian infantry that makes Pontic so deadly. It's very easy to get Pontic wrong, and in this case I have to admit that Horatius got Pontic right. The Illyrian Hoplites here got a good number of kills. Illyrian Noble Hoplites with 389 kills. Mercenary Axe Warrior still remains, and a couple of Illyrian Hoplites remain, but not much of a chance for gareminati to win this. How is he really going to attack all these pikes? Well, this is one way. He can rear charge some of these pikes, especially when they reform. they're going to be pretty troublesome for Horatius. They're going to lose a lot of men. But these are very low attack units that are attacking them. But a boost to having Illyrian hoplites attack them is that Illyrian hoplites are going to last for a while because of their relatively high melee defense and high armor. They're tanky units, so even if you miss micro with them a little bit, it's not like all of them will die in an instant against pikes. But yeah, pikes here pushing up against the Illyrian noble hoplites, trying to poke at them, but it's very easy for the Illyrian noble hoplites to pull back. But the Cappadocian cav are really going to be the clincher here. It's going to be very easy for them to just keep rear charging until those guys are dead. And excuse me. Bronze Shield Pikemen here, 170 kills. Illyrian hoplites can't do much. This Illyrian hoplite with 31 men rear charging them, but yeah, the Bronze Shield Pikemen just going to devastate this pike unit. Oh, sorry, this hoplite unit. Destroying the Illyrian hoplites, but at least pushing them back, not destroying them, but they're taking a lot of damage. Issuing too many attack orders with pikes will make them lose a lot of men, but it'll make them push. But pushing against a unit which has a high amount of melee melee defense and tankiness may not be the greatest idea. But all in all, they're getting a lot of kills. That's one thing with a higher melee attack infantry in pike unit in the Bronze Shield pikes themselves, it's not really a bad idea to do that. These guys are reforming, thus getting attacked in the rear by Illyrian noble hoplites, but they brace for the charge against the mercenary axe warriors who've got a double experience chevron so far. So Bronze Shield pikemen losing a lot of men, but the Cappadocian cav coming in rear charging these Illyrian noble hoplites, but I think the Cappadocian cav probably is going to die now. The Illyrian noble hoplite is way too tanky of a unit, destroying the last of the Cappadocians. One Cappadocian at 31 men still remains. Will do a great job hitting the Illyrian noble hoplites because these guys only are at 40 men. One charge from them, and I think the Illyrian noble hoplites will lose a lot of units. But yeah, actually turning out to be quite the battle. Look at this. Look at this. The grassy fields littered with so many bodies, so many naked dudes too. Yeah, it was an all-out infantry brawl fest, which is very entertaining, I have to say. Especially like this use of pikes was pretty cool. Very aggressive use of pikes by Horatius, which is very interesting. Illyrian noble hoplites, 40 men, go to charge. How well are they going to do? I don't know. Wow, that kind of derped out. But yeah, it's not a pike box because pike box are banned in Blade Balance because of pikes being buffed. But yeah, he's doing a very interesting maneuver here, kind of like a V shape. Yeah, this is another. No, it does. He moved out in the last second. But yeah, he's just outmaneuvering with his pikes, killing off a lot of the Illyrian noble hoplites. And this pike pushing is very entertaining to see. I like it. I like the aggressive pikes now. Illyrian noble hoplite is dying a lot by when they pull out, and this Illyrian noble hoplite, 90 men, killing off some of these pikes when they try to reform. Again, this battle perfectly shows the weaknesses and the strengths of the pikes, and in this case, the pikes have actually managed to win, which is not something you really see often in vanilla. And granted, gareminati also played pretty decently. Both players played well. It was an interesting battle. Sorry, I couldn't capture a lot of the battle, especially the cav flanks, because I was focusing in on the pikes a bit too much. But I'm excited to see how pikes work in Blade Balance. It's always heartening to see pikes when people are able to use pikes a bit more aggressively than they usually are used to in Rome 2. And in all fairness, it was the aggressiveness of his pike maneuvering that won Horatius this match. Well played to both players. Interesting match, definitely an interesting match to see. You can see the Illyrian noble hoplites managed to make themselves fairly cost effective. The Eastern Archers won that engagement, that skirmish engagement, far too easily, and you can see the amount of devastation they caused. Well, granted, 240 kills were on Eastern Slingers, but let's see, they still managed to get 169. So they managed to get around 300 kills more on top of that, which is an extra unit, maybe almost extra 2 units. Which is, that's a big deal. They could have, if the Slave Slingers instead focused on the Eastern Archers, could have helped kill them off much easier because at the end of the day, they only got 25 kills on the Bronze Shield Pikemen. Mercenary, Celtic Warriors, Mercenary, Naked Swords. Celtic Warriors did well. Naked Swords all across the board did pretty decently. This one didn't really do too much. But they were all very effective in getting good charges on very sneaky, pesky infantry in the Illyrian Thuria spears. And in that sense, very, very crucial role provided by them. Bronze Shield Pikemen, except for the general, all of them did brilliantly. And so did the Cappadocian Cav. Very well done. Well played to Horatius. He moves on to the second round of the Big Blade Balance Tournament. Hope you guys enjoyed it and stay tuned for more. Peace.